Hey out there, and welcome. I'm Kate. Thanks so much for being here. I super appreciate it. I've got a really fun class for you today. We're using blocks as our props and as our kind of main focus. So grab 2 blocks if you've got them. If you don't have 2 blocks, maybe a couple of thick books. That might make it a little difficult. Just know that we're going to be using them with arms extended, so maybe not so heavy books. Blocks are the best for this one though. All right, so anyway, I'll cut it out. Grab a quiet spot, bring your blocks or your not so heavy books, roll out your mat, and I'll see you in a few. All right, so we're gonna start with a block under your butt and a block in your hands. So if you wanna sit in Vajrasana, you can take the block between your ankles and take a seat. If this kills your knees, then you can stay in Sukhasana with your legs crossed. You can sit on the block or off the block, whatever works for you. All right, so take just a moment. You're gonna let your hands rest in your thighs, let your eyes close, feel your shoulders relax away from your ears, feel your sitting bones root down into the block or into the floor underneath you, and then lengthen up gently through the crown of your head. And just notice as you do that if you've added any tension to your body. Try to relax any tension through your shoulders, any tension through your cheeks, your jaw, maybe your neck. If you need to move a little bit to find that softening, then that works too. And once you soften, feel yourself settle in and take just a moment or two to breathe. And don't worry a ton about forcing your breath or making it something that it isn't. Just let it come in and out without a ton of effort. And this is going to be a little bit more challenging practice today. So take a moment to check in. See how you're feeling. And as we move through the practice, know that you can add or drop whatever doesn't serve you today, whatever you don't want to do. Take another breath in. And on your exhale, you're going to drop your chin to your chest and just shake your head a little bit side to side. And roll your right ear up over your right shoulder. Give that a little shake. Oh, and then back down through the middle. And then up to the other side. And give that a little shake. Yeah, and then roll it down through center, chin to chest. And on your inhale, you're gonna lift your head. You can open your eyes if they've been closed and grab your block. You're just gonna take it longwise between your hands. Press your palms into the ends and inhale, take your arms up. I know it's early, but as you press the palms, reach up into your fingertips, lengthen down through your tailbone, and feel your low ribs hug in too. So we want to try to avoid this. Just kind of hug it in for a second. Then you're going to reach up as much as you can. When you exhale, take a little tilt over to the left. And breathe into that right side. Yeah. And then inhale up through the middle, and when you exhale, come to the other side. Same deal. Take a breath into that left side rib cage. And you're going to inhale, come back up through the middle, take the block into your left hand, and you're going to drop it out to the left, lengthen up through this right side, and you can bend that left elbow and just reach up and over. And if it feels better, you can drop the level of the block or come onto your forearm, just working a little deeper into that side body. And then come all the way back up, grab the block, and we're just going to switch hands. Take it to the right side, drop it down, you can flip it lower, and then start to work on your lean here. Left side sitting bone's gonna stay rooted as you reach through your fingertips. And then grab that block on your way up, inhale, come on up. We're gonna press the palms into the ends again, soften the tops of your shoulders in. And then take the block, we're gonna bring it behind your back. Same press, right? Palms press into the little nubby ends of the block. As you roll your shoulders back, start to work the block away from you, which might feel like you've hit a brick wall here. That's okay. Keep the squeeze through your palms and feel that blocks start to lift. And maybe while you're here, if you want to, you can drop your chin to your chest and roll it out for a second. Yeah. All right, and you're gonna lift your head and release that and bring your blocks in front to the top of your mat. On their lowest height, we're gonna work through a couple of rounds of cat and cow, hands on the blocks, right? So inhale, drop your belly, stretch your chest forward, and exhale, press into those blocks and just round it in. And work at your pace, right, with the rhythm of your breath. And as always, if there's any way you need to move in between the breath or with the breath, then go ahead and do that. We're just trying to get your spine some waking up. And again, curl in as you exhale. We're gonna go for one more. Inhale, reach your chest through your upper arms. Exhale and curl it in. We're gonna hold this upper back arch for a moment, right? Press into the center of your upper back. Draw your chin deeper into your chest and press more firmly through your hands. Feel your tailbone lengthen toward your calves, so it's gonna stretch down. Oh, goodness. And then come back. Neutral spine. We're gonna go into downward facing dog here, right? So on the blocks with those hands, kind of grip onto the block, lift your knees, and stretch it back. And it feels a little different. So you can kind of play with the distance between the blocks and your feet. Kind of rock it out a little bit side to side. And when you inhale, we're gonna rock forward into plank. Exhale, drop your knees so they're slightly behind your hips, right? Untuck your toes and then let your hips start to sag. And as your hips drop down toward the floor, feel your shoulders roll back and draw your low belly in. So we're in like a modified up dog. Full breath here, lifting into your chest. And when you exhale, we're gonna pull back through this long table and then again into downward facing dog. Oh, yeah. Okay, inhale, rock it forward into plank. And when you exhale, drop your knees, this time bringing them a little bit closer in. And you're gonna just spin so the noses of your block face each other. And bring the backs of your elbows to the blocks. Palms can press, you can interlace your fingers. Try to get your hips to stack over your knees. And then you're gonna plug your arm bones in. Oh, and drag your hips back. Keep your low belly lifting in toward your spine as you drop your chest down. And imagine that you could press into your elbows and pull your chest toward the blocks. That plugs your arms a little deeper in. Then press into those elbows. Come on back up. I'm gonna grab the blocks. Take one block under your left hand and one block underneath your right knee. So now we're gonna be wonky and it's gonna be okay. You ready? You're gonna tuck your right toes under. Take your left leg and you're just gonna stretch it straight back. Tuck your toes. Right arm's gonna reach forward, left leg lifts. Pull that low belly in. Now you can stay here with these right toes tucked, or you can lift the right toes up off the mat and just work on balancing on your knee or on your shin. Inhale. When you exhale, elbow to knee. It's wobbly, it's okay. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more, reach it out. And then elbow to knee. Oh, you got this. Find that extension again. And then tuck your right toes under, drop your right hand and your left knee, and we're just gonna switch sides. So block under the right hand, block under the left knee. We got this, okay? Tuck your left toes under, take your right leg, stretch it back, and then the left arm's gonna stretch, belly in, super strong, take that right leg lift. And now you can keep those left toes tucked or untuck them. Find your balance. And on your exhale, draw it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Elbow to knee, exhale. One more, reach it out. Elbow to knee, oh, we got this. And then find that extension. You got it, left hand down, right knee down. And let's find the blocks underneath both hands, downward facing dog. Oh. Take your gaze forward and just tiptoe to the top. You can keep your hands right on the blocks. Fingertips up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Two more like that. Press into those blocks with your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. and fold. If you need more space, you can always lift the blocks a little bit higher level, lengthen out, and fold. You're gonna grab those blocks, bring them with you. Inhale, come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Draw your hands down through center, blocks press in. Okay? Okay, we're gonna add on a little bit. You ready? Inhale, come out and up. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Blocks to the mat, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, flip those blocks low, plant your hands, and walk it back into downward facing dog. Come on, forward into plank. You're gonna take this block under your right hand, flip it out so it's there on the outer edge of your mat, right hand on the floor. Inhale here. When you exhale, Chaturanga, you can always drop your knees. Press back up. All right, inhale, lift your right leg up off the floor. Exhale, knee to nose, drag it in. Inhale, kick it back, staying in plank. Exhale, now step that right foot up to the right hand. Push into your left hand, you're gonna roll it open. Find a twist here. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Step it back. Plank, and then grab this block, blop it back underneath your hands. And now we're gonna switch. Left block, blops out, that's our technical term. Chaturanga, you can drop those knees if you want. Press back up. Yes, inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, drag it in. Kick it back, staying shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, now step that left foot up. And you're out. Lengthen your spine, and then sweep your left arm to the sky. Nice twist here, full breath. And then hands to the floor. Step it back, plank. Grab that block. Now you've got both blocks, both hands, downward facing dog. Take your gaze forward and walk or hop, Uttanasana. Halfway lift. And let it go. So you're gonna take one block, move it to the outer edge of your mat, grab the other block, inhale, come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Press the nub edge of your block, again, like we did in the very beginning, inhale. When you exhale, we're gonna take this block, boop, between your thighs. So now this nub and edge is facing forward. And we're gonna take the block and move it back just a hair. So there's not too much block like spitting forward, right? We've got this like Pez dispenser action here where we can go, but we don't want that. We wanna hug the block in, inner thighs roll back slightly, and then feel your tailbone tuck down. Okay? Okay, so top of the mat, squeeze the block, sun breath. Inhale, come out and up. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale and fold. You're gonna rise right back to the top, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, sweep it up. Two more, exhale and fold. Keep that inner thigh engagement. Inhale, lengthen. Uttanasana on your exhale. Come back to the top, Urdhva Hastasana. Last one, exhale. Dive over your legs. Squeeze that block, halfway lift, inhale. And then let it go, fold. To the top, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, hands to prayer. All right, so we're gonna add on a little sun A here, okay? So I challenge you not to drop the block. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Keep that squeeze, halfway lift. You know where we're going here. You're gonna plant your hands and tiptoe or hop back, downward facing dog. And down dog hopefully feels a little more, I don't know, it feels more liberating with the block there for some reason. I feel like I've got more space in my low back, more room to lengthen out a little. Okay, inhale, rock it forward into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. If you want to chaturanga, you can. Baby cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, pull it back. Oh, downward facing dog. Gaze forward, walk or hop, Uttanasana. Top of the mat. Oh, halfway lift. And let it go. Push into the floor, come on up, Urdhva Hastasana. We're gonna do another one. So exhale and fold right back over those legs. Keep the squeeze on the block. And I know, inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, knees just chin, Chaturanga, baby cobra, or upward facing dog. And then a downward facing dog, pull it back. All right, gaze it forward. Walk or hop, Uttanasana. Let's do it. Halfway lift. And let it go. Come on up. Inhale, reach it up. We're gonna go one more. Exhale and fold. I know, it's just what you wanted to hear. Halfway lift. And downward facing dog. And we're gonna add some fun here. So slide it forward into plank. And then lower onto your right forearm. And lower onto your left forearm. And we're gonna hold this plank for 30 seconds. And I got a timer, so we got this. Let's go. Squeeze the block. Oh, goodness gracious. This is super good for your core strength, especially pelvic floor support, right? This is gonna help in the long run to strengthen those muscles that are a little bit hard to get to. So we've got 10 seconds left. Look at that. No big deal. Try to relax. 3, 2, 1. All right, press into your right hand, press into your left. Downward facing dog. Gaze forward. Walk or hop. Uttanasana. Bring it up. Halfway lift. Let it go. Press into the ground. Inhale. Come on up. Reach it up. When you exhale, bring your hands down through prayer and grab that block and take it out. Okay. Take a second. Now wiggle out your legs. Okay? Okay. Not so bad. I don't know. All right, here we go. So we're gonna add a little funk to it. You ready? Boop. Okay. So we're gonna take the block between your thighs again. I'm really sorry, but we're doing it, okay? It won't last long. So if your inner thighs are like, what the hell? It's okay, it's not gonna be too much longer. Squeeze that block, tailbone down. Yeah? Okay. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, chair pose, squeeze and lower. Yes, 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 yes. So you can either keep the block here and lower all the way down into boat. If you need some support lowering into boat, you can grab the block and support yourself to lower down. We're gonna come into boat pose. If you landed with the block between your thighs, you're gonna grab the block now between both hands. Right leg's gonna stay lifted, left foot comes down. Take your right leg and stretch it up. So thighs are parallel, heel's gonna stretch out. Block between your hands. Here we go. I'm gonna lay it down. Take your arms overhead. Inhale. And when you exhale, we're gonna roll up. Tap, toe to block. Inhale it down. Exhale, roll it up. Chest lifts. And down. Exhale, roll it up. Squeeze that belly. Here's 3. We got just 2 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. And last one. And we're gonna lift up and tap, block to the right hand. Take the block to your outer right hip. Lean it forward. We're gonna step this right leg back. Aha, now we're here. Here we go. Gonna pivot around. So reach your left arm forward and then we're gonna windmill it up. Left arm goes up, right hand reaches forward as your left hand reaches back. So we're in a twisty kind of lungy thing here with the block in your right hand. But if it's behind you, it doesn't really matter. Okay? Here we go. Warrior 2. Arms come up overhead. We're gonna switch. Block to the left hand. Open it up there too. Yes. Beautiful. Feel the tops of your shoulders soften. Arm bones plug in. Lengthen out through your fingertips. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Trikonasana. We've got the block here so you can play a little bit with block height. Can take it, lean it back a little bit, whatever works for you, whatever feels good in your body today. Feel your feet root into the floor and then drag some of that energy up. length it from the crown of your head, length it. It's totally a word. And then down through your tailbone. It's a word now. Yeah. All right, you're gonna take your gaze to the floor because you know it can't stop here. Press into your feet, grab this block, and now we're gonna take it, arms alongside your ears, a little unsupported Trikonasana. That was a sneak attack. It was unfair. I apologize, but now we're here and we can do it. Bend your front knee. Inhale, come up. Then exhale, reverse that warrior, hands in that block. Keep your torso sliding back, straighten your front leg, reverse Trikonasana. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, out and over, you guessed it. Bend that front knee. Come on up, inhale. Exhale, reverse. And then reverse Trikonasana. Okay, we got this. Up, and then out and over. The last one. Bend the knee. Come on up. And reverse. You're gonna take this block into your left hand. Here we go. Half moon. Hop it forward. And we're gonna use the block here. Even if you don't normally use the block in your half moon, let's do it. It gives you a little more freedom to play with other aspects of the pose. All right, so you're gonna fire up this right leg. And now, this can't be the end of it, right? So you're gonna take the block, lift it up. So now we're just on this left foot. Block's gonna come behind your left calf, pass the block, whoop, to your right hand. And we're gonna do circles around your left leg. Left hand, pass it behind to the right and to the left. 2 more circles. Pass it around. There's 1. Pass it around. The block comes to your right hand. Drop the block to the mat. Square off your hips. Revolved Chandrasana. Lengthen your spine. You can take your left hand to your left hip. Kick back through your right leg. And we're gonna roll that left shoulder open. Yes, one of the hardest poses. I really believe that this is one of the hardest poses on the planet. We're gonna relieve it a little bit. So bend that back knee. You're gonna grab your right foot with your left hand. Ardha Chandra Chapasana, revolve style. Take your gaze forward. Soften that left knee. And we're gonna come up, bring the block with you. Nadarajasana, revolved. Yes. Wiggly, wobbly, it doesn't matter. If you fall out, come right back to it. And then you're gonna plant your right foot next to your left, block to your inner thighs, and fold. Give yourself a moment to sway it out. Inhale, lift. Exhale and fold, plant your hands. Downward facing dog, squiggle it back, block between those thighs. You know what we're doing now, so come on forward into plank. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, baby cobra, or upward facing dog. And then pull it back. Downward facing dog, gaze forward. Tiptoe or hop. Uttanasana. And fold. Halfway lift, inner thighs engaged. And let it go. Press into your feet, come all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Grab that block, give yourself a bit of relief as you press the block between your palms, soften your shoulders. Second side, all right? Block between your thighs. I know it's getting old. We're doing it, inhale. Chair pose on your exhale. Okay, here we go. You've got the option to remove the block and sit with the support of the block moving down into Navasana, or you can just bend and come all the way down. Find your boat pose. All right, gonna grab the block. Right foot drops down, left leg's gonna stay extended. Thighs as parallel as you can, left leg as like stationary as you can. I know that that's some crazy shit to ask, but just try it. Block between your hands. I'm gonna lower it down. Just 5, it's just 5. Ready? On your exhale, roll it up. 1, and down. 2, lift that chest, and down. 3, easy peasy, and down. 2 more. Squeeze and lift. Last one. Stay lifted, block to the left hand. Gonna take the block to the outside of your left hip, lean it forward, and now shoot this block, or this block, your left leg. I mean, you can throw the block too. I mean, you might be feeling like that. That's cool. And then right arm's gonna reach forward, and we windmill to find the twist. Right arm up, and then all the way back, stretch that left hand forward. We got a little revolved thing happening here. I mean, why not, right? Sink a little deeper into that front thigh. That's what you get for throwing the block. Now we gotta stay here longer. I'm just kidding. Okay, coming up, we're gonna switch block hands. Open, warrior two, block to that right hand, tops of your shoulders soft. When there's something else to focus on, sometimes you forget the basics, right? We're thinking about this block and worrying about where the heck it's going. Try to soften through the tops of your shoulders. Notice if you've started to gather tension, and give yourself a moment to let it go. Okay, Trikonasana, straighten your right leg, come out and over. And again, you get to play with the block, kind of frees you up. Maybe you like to lean back a little bit or find a little bit of a bind. Enjoy this usage of a prop that maybe you don't normally use. Okay, because now the fun starts. Gaze down, you're gonna push into your feet, keep your core strong, rib cage knits in, blocks between your hands. This Trikonasana without the support. Niralamba Trikonasana. Come on up, inhale. Oh, we forgot to bend the knee. Bend your knee, exhale, reverse. Straighten that right leg, come on up, and then out and over. Find your Trikonasana, keep extending through those fingertips. Stay low, bend your right knee. Come on up through Vira 2, and then stretch it back, reverse. Straighten your leg, one more. Come up, and then out, and over. Oh, bend that knee. Come on up, and then reverse. We're gonna take that block into your right hand, half moon, sail it forward. Press into that right foot. We're gonna work toward taking the weight out of the block, right? So whatever you wanna do with this top arm, I'm a big fan of hand to my hip. My shoulders don't appreciate a lot of work sometimes. All right, so now you're gonna push into the floor, lift the block, and we're gonna switch hands, right? So take the block behind your right thigh, bring it to the left hand, and to the right, to the left, to the right, and to the left. Two more, right hand, left hand, whoop. The next time the block hits your left hand grabs the block, drop it to the floor, square off your hips. Right hand to your right hip, kick back through that left leg. Try to keep your core nice and strong. Revolved Ardha Chandrasana, lengthen out. Oh, I lost it. And twist. The good thing is you can always get it back. Yes, 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 yes. All right, here we go. Bend that knee. You're gonna grab your left foot with your right hand. If that's not accessible, then skip it. You can find Revolved Natarajasana at the top. It's no big deal. Gaze forward, soften your right knee. Come all the way up, bring the block with you. Find your balance. And then drop your left foot to meet your right. You guessed it, block between your thighs and fold. Oh. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and release. Plant your hands, tiptoe it back. Downward facing dog. Oh. If you're craving another vinyasa, you can vinyasa again here. You're gonna drop your knees. Sweep your feet to one side. If you can keep the block there, you can keep the block there. We're gonna come to sit and then take the block out and work into a bridge here. We could have kept it. That's fine. If you're feeling sassy, you can rewind and try to keep it. Whatever. Gonna lower yourself down. All right, block between your thighs. We're getting intimate with the blocks. These blocks are now our close personal friends. It's fine. All right, so just an easy bridge. Arms alongside, shoulder blades in. Push into the floor. Lift it up. You got it. Inner thighs squeeze. All right, let's add some funk. Shift onto your right foot, keep the squeeze on the block, lift the left leg and extend it out. Just as we did when we were doing our Navasana crunches, or our half Navasana crunchy things. Try to keep your thighs and your hips as parallel, as even as you can. And then lower that left foot. Keep the squeeze. Lift up that right leg. Hip bones nice and in line-ish. And then set it down. You're gonna keep your hips lifted, but grab the block and then slide your block underneath your base of your spine. And just relax here. And that was a lot of hard work packed into a small amount of time. So take a couple of breaths just to kind of let your muscles know that it's okay. And they don't need to be on guard anymore. We can actually relax. All right, draw your right knee into your chest. Stretch your left leg out. And now smooch that left heel right into the floor. Make some space in that left hip flexor. And then right foot to the mat. Left knee in, stretch that right leg out. Hug your knee in as close as you can as you smush your right heel. And then left foot down, right foot down. Press into your feet, lift your hips. And slide that block out. You can, of course, stay in that supported bridge. We're gonna move into Shavasana. So if that supported bridge was lovely and you wanna stay there, that's cool. Otherwise, you're gonna draw your knees in for a second. If there's anything else you feel like you need, please, by all means, do the things you need to do. If that means you need to pause, if you're jazzed and you wanna work upside down, you can practice handstand kicking with the blocks between your thighs. You can practice headstand pressing with the blocks between your thighs. I mean, like there's all sorts of things we can still do with the blocks, but we're gonna stop here for me, me and you, but you can continue on. Otherwise, we're gonna Shavasana. So, let yourself just kind of on the floor. And you can use the blocks underneath your shoulder blades, underneath your head, underneath your hips, underneath your knees. There's so many uses, even while we're resting here. Allow yourself to move into a place where you feel like you can truly relax. And let your next breath be a little deeper. And let your head go gently side to side as you move your fingers and your toes. And maybe give yourself a full stretch as you reach overhead. And then come on in, knees in. And roll to your right side. And take a moment to pause here. And when you feel ready to re-enter, life breaths into the left hand. And come on up. Take a moment, let your eyes close, feel your sitting bones root down, the crown of your head stretch up, and just press your palms together into Anjali Mudra and bow your head. And honor your time on the mat today. And honor these blocks, these props, these things that make your life easier. And know that just because you use the blocks does not mean you are any less hardcore. And just because you accept help from others, you are not any less strong or badass. Thanks for practicing with me today. I honor you and hope we can practice again soon. As always, like, comment, subscribe, you know the deal. Thanks a bunch.